shareholders that it was time to topple Zemina Torval from her perch. But what surprised them was Torval's lack of resistance to this pressure, almost as if she had been planning to step down all along. I've heard that every credit made by selling the shares went straight into the subsidiary that her daughter is running. So maybe all her eggs are going into that basket.
All clear. Flight control out.
Drive charging.
In related news, Constantia Torval, Operations Director for Torval Mastopoulos Mining, made an announcement. I am proud to announce that the people of LTT 198 have elected Torval Mastopoulos.
3, 2, 1.
Mastopoulos Mining to replace LTT 198 State Limited as their controlling authority. Permits to gain entry to the system can be earned via the Pride of Bitterwood megaship, which remains in the nearby TF559.
Incoming mission critical message.
Yuri Grom targeted by federal strike. Pilots Federation alert. The Delta Pavonis political conference has erupted into conflict between EG Union and Delta Pavonis Galactic Interstellar. Yuri Grom, the ruler of EG Union, broadcast this message. This conference was nothing more than a trap. My delegation was apprehended at gunpoint by a squad of undercover federal agents. Sacrifices made by my loyal guards enabled us to escape from Kessler City, only to find our ships under attack. The Federation has declared war. I will respond in kind. President Zachary Hudson gave an official statement. Yuri Grom is a traitor and a dangerous threat to federal security. We Faithless tyrant. Delta Pavonis Galactic Interstellar has asked for federal auxiliaries to provide combat support to its forces. In return, the EG Union called for help from allies of Yuri Grom and enemies of the Federation. Grand Duke Simeon Petrescu, the host of the political conference, has rejected claims that his faction was secretly working with the Federation to entrap Yuri Grom. The Federal Diplomatic Corps has not yet commented on its role in these events. Saud Kruger receives exploration data. Pilots Federation alert. Enormous amounts of data on Earth-like worlds has been collected for a campaign by shipbuilding firm Saud Kruger. The data is highly valuable to the corporation's subsidiary, Astrogator Tours, which runs holiday cruises across the galaxy and is seeking new locations. The initiative was declared a success by CEO Stanislav Kruger. Not only have we received data about highly promising systems, but many creative commanders provided imagery guaranteed to entice adventure seekers to these new worlds. We are deeply grateful to all pilots who took part. Vistanis Incorporated, Saud Kruger's partner in this initiative, is now offering payment for the exploration data at your port in the Vistanis system. Tourist beacons will be added to the most suitable systems by Thursday the 28th of October, which will record for posterity the names of the pilots who submitted the most compelling images. As a result of the initiative, a discount of 15% will be applied to sales of all Dolphin, Orca and Beluga liner ships from the 1st of October, alongside a reduction in cost for the luxury class cabins which can be installed in any of Saud Kruger's vessels. Galactic Mysteries, Joker's Investigations Agency discusses the secretive gambling circle attended by the galaxy's wealthiest players. Casinos and gaming hubs have always been popular, tempting people to risk their credits for the chance to score a lucrative win. But where do the billionaires and trillionaires go to enjoy that buzz? Joker's Deck is a highly exclusive gambling event attended only by the rich and powerful. Nobody knows who runs it, only that it's held in a different location each time. Its attendees are guaranteed, and can afford, total anonymity. There was one exception. In 3305, Wallglass was hired to find the heiress Lady Talifa Ambrose, after she vanished along with her family's fortune. I was part of the team that discovered she had gambled away 300 billion credits at Joker's Deck in a high-stakes game of deadlock poker. Their security was so tight that we never learned much more. This year I've been tracking several rumors, such as Joker's Deck being present at the Galactic Summit and inviting political leaders to settle their differences at the Rue Mortel table. But thanks to some costly bribes, which hopefully I can claim back as expenses, I finally got a solid lead. My partner Francesco Wolf and I should have more to reveal soon. With a little luck, we will gain a unique insight into this most privileged of gambling dens, assuming we play our cards right. Salvation, friend or foe? The anonymous Salvation commands much support in the galactic community, but a resistance movement has emerged to sabotage his efforts. Vox Galactica featured a special report from freelance journalist Alexei Keel. In his self-proclaimed war against the Thargoids, Salvation recently scored a major victory by eliminating their forces from the Cornsar system. But the ongoing mystery around the identity of this man of science, as well as his controversial methods, have led to a backlash. To deliver vital components for his mysterious anti-Xeno weapon, Salvation once again recruited independent pilots, directly messaging those who had performed tasks for him before. However, this time a counter-initiative was formed by those who did not trust his motivations. It was also supported by believers in non-aggression against the Thargoids, and others who feared that the weapon might endanger Cornsar's population. Their actions involved acquiring the components, which were disguised as basic medicines, but destroying rather than delivering them. Whether or not this partial blockade impacted the weapon's effectiveness remains unknown, but it acted as a substantial opposition to Salvation's scheme. Aegis is investigating the Cornsar incident, but with faith in that organization at an all-time low, individual commanders are now taking matters into their own hands. Time will tell if Salvation's ambition to replace Aegis is a noble goal, or if we are replacing the devil we know with a darker demon. Progress between Federation and Yuri Grom. Negotiations between the Federation and self-styled dictator Yuri Grom are underway to determine the Delta Pavonis system's allegiance. Political correspondent Conrad Sterling published an update for Vox Galactica. In recent years, Yuri Grom has developed a degree of mystique. He was one of the few leaders not to attend the Galactic Summit, and news from within his dominion was scarce. But now he is visibly relishing the opportunity to confront federal representatives under the protection of diplomatic immunity. Initial exchanges were belligerent as both sides argued over who would be the most beneficial partner. This was to be expected since Delta Pavonis is one of the Federation's founding systems, and it would be a significant coup for EG Union to establish a presence so close to Sol. What was unexpected was the mutual respect that gradually developed between Yuri Grom and Ambassador Delphine Dumont. Her charming manner clearly appealed to the dictator, even bringing forth his thunderous laughter on occasion. A deal is now being discussed that would allow the autocracy of Delta Pavonis to have trade and political ties with both parties while remaining independent. Perhaps the Federation has learned some lessons from the recent power he once served is finally abating. Saud Kruger seeks new holiday worlds. Pilots Federation alert. An initiative to gather data on potential tourist destinations has been launched by shipbuilding corporation Saud Kruger. The luxury passenger ship manufacturer aims to identify new Earth-like planets that would be attractive to holidaymakers. These trips will be managed by its subsidiary, Astrogator Tours. CEO Stanislav Kruger announced the campaign to the press. We are keen to acquire data on Earth-like worlds, to assess their suitability as destinations for future holidaymakers seeking the adventure of a lifetime. However, all exploration data is valuable and will earn generous payments. In addition, our marketing department is keen to receive images of eye-catching sites found within unpopulated systems containing Earth-like worlds, to spot the most potentially exciting additions to the Astrogator Tours catalog. Vistanes Incorporated has agreed to organize the initiative on behalf of Saud Kruger. Contributing pilots are invited to deliver exploration data to your port in the Vistanes system. They can also submit their most compelling images by Thursday the 30th of September. By Thursday the 28th of October, the most suitable locations will receive tourist beacons and credit the commander for their submission where appropriate. If successful, Saud Kruger's Dolphin, Orca and Beluga liner ships will be reduced in price for 1 week from Friday the 1st of October, with a percentage dependent on the volume of data received. There will also be a discount on the luxury class cabins used by these crafts to transport VIP passengers. Salvation takes credit for repelling Thargoids. The anonymous man of science Salvation has claimed responsibility for the Thargoids' unexplained departure from the Cornsar system. Salvation had predicted their attack, but his claim was discounted by Aegis and other authorities. After a few days, the Thargoid vessels fled abruptly, leaving behind wreckages across the system. The following message was transmitted on public channels. This is Salvation. The Thargoid invasion of Cornsar has now been repulsed, thanks to prototype anti-Xeno weaponry that I have been developing for some time. I have achieved what Aegis could not, an effective deterrent against the alien threat. Refinement of this weapon is at a critical stage, so I cannot reveal any details. I only regret that my warning was not heeded in time to save everyone on the 2 starports. This triumph was only possible thanks to those loyal pilots who answered my call. Rewards will shortly be available from the Bright Sentinel megaship in the Mbuni system. Salvation's identity and capabilities remain unknown, but he has established a reputation as a rival to Aegis. He is also knowledgeable about Azimuth Biochemicals, a research company connected to the earliest recorded encounters with Guardian and Thargoid artifacts. An heir for Hadrian Duval. Lady Astrid Minerva Duval, wife of Hadrian Augustus Duval, has confirmed that she is expecting a child in December. The story was broken by the Parisian News Network. Lady Astrid was visibly overjoyed as she told us of her pregnancy, and of Hadrian's excitement at being a father. Her only complaint was that she's no longer allowed to fly support missions for Nova Imperium. Once a commander, always a commander. Mainstream media channels also commented on the news. The Imperial Herald. This has caused tangible ripples of unease in the Senate.
Unlawful behavior in and around the starport is not permitted. We thank commanders for their cooperation.